Hi Cancer, welcome to your monthly tarot reading with me, Raphael.rey from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your continued support, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, thumbs up for the videos, even thumbs down, and you know, the challenging comments I'm grateful for, because it keeps me growing and it keeps me looking for ever increasing and expanding ways to continue to do what I do and do it better. So thank you so much for all of it. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to push the notification button so that you can get updates on when I post new videos. If you haven't already, check out the Key to the Eclipses video. Even though we've already had one, we've still got 2 more to go, and I believe it'll give you a bit more of a background. And also we've got another event taking place that I have affectionately termed Retrogradia. The first part of a mini series is already up, so excuse me, don't forget to check it out. So before we start, I would like to bless both of these decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month of August has in store for you. I am a Cancer moon sign, so in some ways I will be interested to see what comes up as well. How was the eclipse for you? Okay, so your actions and your interactions for August 2018. You get the Magician card. This is beautiful. So Cancer, just had a card pop out there. Interesting that you should get this card for your actions and your interactions. You've just had a solar eclipse in your sign. Now, that to me, I always believe that when something happens in your first house, it gives you a modicum of control, because the first house is all about you. It's about how you interact with the world at large anyway. It's your personality, it's the you that faces the world. It's the part of you, or the mask they say, that you present to the world. But you've had the solar eclipse in your sign, and the eclipse sort of unpacks itself over the space of about 3 to 6 months, depending on how strong or how prominent it was for you. So your actions and your interactions is what you do, it's the enterprises, it's the moves that you make. The Magician card is the prime force, it is the prime motivator. The Magician card represents everything from magic to manifestation, from communication. You know, one of the ways that we create magic is to speak a thing. You know, they say words are spells, that's why it's called spelling, etc. Now, I believe that in a lot of ways. When you see the Magician card, it means that you're elevating, it means that you're about to become, or you are already, a master at what you do. And your actions and your interactions is, like I said, it's the choices that you make, it's the way that you choose to interact with the world. And it's also, it's about your free will, it's about your enterprises, it's about the things that you want to put into motion, into action. So when you see the Magician card, it's kind of like it's almost a blessing to say to you, be careful what you start, be careful what you wish for, because this month, especially in the month of August, you have the ability to really create change within your own life, to really generate and emote the things in your life that it's going to require from you in order to affect change, in order to create change. When you see the Magician card, this is you tying, you know, he says, as above, so below, and he's got the wand in his hand. The wand raised up to the sky is talking about as above, so below. He is aligning his own will with the divine will, and therefore co-creating, and he's speaking those things into existence. He is manifesting those things into his physical reality. You know, the table, as in the square, represents the physical world, it represents the matter of the world, and then you've got the 4 holy objects on there, or the 4 prime objects on there, just to back me up a little. You've got the pentacles, which is the material world, it's the physical. You've got the swords, which is the mental, the intellect. You've got the wands, which is the fire, it's the willpower, the action, the divine spark within you. And you've got the cups, which is the emotion. And to really create something, or to put something into action in the world, you need to go through those 4 worlds, through those 4 elements of process. So this month, your actions and your interactions see you really becoming a master, but more importantly, becoming a master of your own life. This is a really exciting and very powerful card for you to start on, because it puts you squarely at the beginning. It's like the eclipse always brings a reset. It's like pressing the reset button, and it's just happened in your first house as a Cancer. And the Magician card is card number 1, you know, so that kind of ties in with the astrology, and it also ties in with what the position that you're now in to really create the life that you want and should so choose. You know, that's the other thing about the Magician. He creates what it is that he wants. He speaks into existence what it is that he wants. Okay, so your money and your materials this month. You get the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups is a beautiful card. There's a couple of things that I always that I feel when this card shows up in your life. So one, it's about your intuition and your imagination. It gets you in touch with the space within you that is deeply creative and the part of you that is deeply tied to your emotions. Now I always say when I see the pages, they're like markers of consciousness, and I say that because the pages are very similar to the aces of the suit. They bring new beginnings, but the difference between the ace, which is, you know, the brand new, it's something new in that sector of life coming forward, the page tends to bring you a message. So listen to your emotions, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut instinct this month when it comes to your money and your materials. You might find yourself having some really creative thoughts. You know, the Magician card represents Mercury, so this is about communication, it's about your speech, it's also about your thought process. And the Page of Cups, like I said, is your intuition, and it's also your emotional intelligence and understanding, but it's also messages that come through the emotions. So in terms of your money and your materials this month, this could see you having real emotionally led ideas and intuitions towards how to bring more abundance into your life, what abundance really means to you. Do you feel abundant? Is there a way for you to insight and invoke more insight and invoke Magician, you know, more abundance and prosperity in your life? It's kind of like asking you, what do you feel about your emotions? What do you about your finances, about your materials, about your resources? And it's asking you to get in touch with your internal resources so that you can generate the kind of ideas and prosperity that you need in here in order to affect and manifest it out there. So the other thing as well, when I see this card, I always say to people, if you're experiencing a time of no emotion or having an emotional hollow, it's actually a good thing just to observe the way that you feel. And if you don't feel much of anything and you have kind of like that emotional hollow, it's like a still space within you. When you have that experience, try not to just fill it for the sake of filling it. Try not to, you know, if you're experiencing that hollow, try not to fill that void. And the reason I say that is because when you can come from a place of true observation, you will start to be able to put in place the things that you want, the things that are going to support the things that you say that you want and need in your life to have more prosperity, to have more abundance. Your money and your materials is your home, it's your body, it's your car, it's all of those things, but it's asking you ultimately, how do you feel about those things, and what can you change in that internal space in order to make way in the physical world for the things that you say you want and you need in your life. Okay, so your communications with the world at large. The Sun card, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the fact that this comes sort of opposite, you know, the Magician card is absolutely stunning. So, and there's an interesting thing going on with the numerology of this here, actually. I'm going to tap into that just quickly. So the Sun card is number 19. And in numerology, as you know by now, you always simplify. 1 and 9 gives you 10. 10, again, you simplify it because you take the 0 away, is number 1. And this is opposing the Magician. So your communications and your actions are effectively saying the same thing. You have a choice. You have a powerful choice. You have a powerful aura about you now to create the kind of change that you want. Your communications are absolutely blessed this month. Joy, optimism, consciousness, conscious thought, conscious action, you know, conscious thought, conscious communications, conscious actions. The Magician card links to Mercury, communication, speech, writing, reading, you know, even social media. All of those kind of things are heightened this month. And if you can speak and demonstrate, you know, and come from a true place of understanding of self, you can really make some strides this month. So your communications are kind of saying to you that you want to be optimistic, you want to speak about things that make you happy, you want to understand how to bring more joy into your life. But more importantly, being a Cancer, it's so important for you to incite and invoke, Magician, more of that within other people. The nurturing part of you wants to bring happiness and enjoyment and consciousness to your relationships in the communication sector. So how you speak to people, what you say to people, thinking about, thinking, the mind, Mercury, being really conscious about what you say. And when you can really be in a space of emotional intelligence and understanding and speak and communicate in the right way, then you will start to manifest the things that you truly want, as opposed to getting the experience that you don't want. I kind of feel this month that you're going to be really you will be deeply emotive and you'll be speaking a lot, absolutely, but you'll be speaking the things that you want into existence. So in terms of your money and your communications, this kind of says to me that, like I said, you're being really clear in your emotions and what you feel abundance is and isn't for you. And therefore you're going to start to communicate that to people. And it's just going to, because the Sun card adds power to everything that it touches. It adds, more ability, more joy, more optimism, more fun, more life and more growth to everything that it touches. So it looks like your money and your materials go through a bit of a transition this month in a positive way, because you're going to be speaking from where you truly want to come from and what you truly want to manifest this month. So your heart and your hearth is your emotional ties, your emotional relationships. So this could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, friends, parents, family, brothers, sisters, all of that stuff. And you've got the Six of Wands. I mean, could you even ask for any more than that? The Six of Wands is victory. It's success. It's the coming home parade. It's the, you've just had the reset button pushed with the eclipse, and you've been given this brand new lease on life. You've been given this brand new understanding of how to do things, how to communicate, but more importantly, how to manifest things. On top of that, you've got your money in your materials sector. Like, the deepest internal part of you is saying, right, what do I want? What do I truly feel will make me more abundant and more prosperous? And then you add to that the Sun card. Okay, now I need to start to communicate this to the world at large. I need to start to bring my ideas forth. I need to start to be aware of what my consciousness is telling me and how I can put that out there into the world. For those of you that are coupled, this says that you just have really amazing times this month. It says that your emotions, it's almost like this month, I mean, Cancer, you guys are deeply intuitive, very psychic at the best of times. This month, in terms of your relationships, for those of you that are partnered, you're going to have the experience of being able to literally read your partner's mind. You're going to have the experience of literally being able to be totally in sync with them. The only thing that I would say as a little bit of a warning, because you've got all this power this month, especially your psychic and your intuitive power is just amazingly on point this month. The only warning that I would give is allow people their feelings, allow people to speak what they, even if you feel it, even if you can hear the thoughts coming out of their mind, let them speak it themselves, let them have that. Let people own their emotions so that they can communicate them to you. And when they do, not only will you be awed by your own ability to read, other people's thoughts and emotions and stuff, but you'll also be amazed at how much deeper it takes the bond that you're in. For those of you that are single, it kind of suggests to me that yes, you may be seeking love and yes, you may want that, but you're going to have this experience of, I'm okay on my own, I am perfect, I am whole, and I am complete. And when you really sit in that ability, when you really sit in that powerful place of, I on my own in this one personal bubble, am in the best space, I am good. What you will draw to yourself in terms of a partner is somebody that will truly be able to respect and reflect that back at you. Absolutely beautiful. For those of you, in terms of your familial ties, I kind of feel like good news comes from all aspects. Young people, especially with the Page of Cups there, some young people that are either deeply emotional or, a water sign child, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer yourself. I kind of really feel that good news from young people is going to come this month. I also feel like, you know, in terms of your familial ties and your friendship ties, you're going to hear good news all around. It will just be coming thick and fast from everybody, and you're going to have this experience of being like, wow, you know, I'm good and all of my tribe and my people are good as well. And that's going to put you in a really powerful and abundant space. Okay, so your key to the month. Look at that. I mean, could you ask for any more? You get the sun. You are being blessed. The sun itself is actually just in Cancer and will be leaving it this month to enter Leo. The sun, again, joy, optimism, consciousness, true wisdom and understanding that comes from a source of light, being tapped into the God force, being tapped into the highest and lightest and brightest aspects of your life for yourself and for others. You're going to be a ray of sunshine for everyone this month, and you're going to be shedding that light on everybody. And you know, as a Cancer, nurturing and nourishing other people is what you do best. You know, get out there, be out there in the world, speak on the things that you want to create. Don't just keep them to yourself anymore. It's time to emerge from the shell and get out there and, you know, truly be in and of the world, so that you can introduce all of the lightest, all of the brightest and all of the most powerful aspects of who you are. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So your actions and your interactions and your heart and your half, this is true success. It's saying that you have success in the things that you want to create and manifest. It's saying that your relationships will go through some sort of period of elevation through true understanding, you know, and that intuition and that instinctive, almost mind reading, telepathic ability that comes this month is amazing. It's wonderful. Just give people their space to really demonstrate what they, you know, what they feel. Allow people to own their feelings. That's really important, and that's, you know, really important for you guys, because you know how important feelings are to people. So an amazing month. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'd be truly grateful for it. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the link on the email address below. If you feel the video or the channel helps you in some way, you can also donate. Truly grateful for those of you that have. Thank you so much. And also join me on Instagram, and don't forget to check out your Retrogradia mini series and also the key to the eclipses. Have a great month, and I'll see you very soon for more videos. Take care.